A very warm welcome one and all to our very first event of the new season. Literally the new season. The Worlds just ended 2 weeks ago, and we are here. A brand new format. The first time ever we're getting a new format so soon after the World Championship has concluded for the previous year.
And we're here at the Marina Bay Sands, the STGCC.
The Singapore Toy Games and Comic Convention.
Yes. So as said, first event of the 2019 season. Really fresh meta. I believe we have a total of 38 players, but 39, but 31
players.
masters.
Yep.
So a relatively large contingent, I would say, for the Singapore crowd.
Well, I suppose.
Yeah. So what do you think we can expect from today's tournament?
This early in the season, I think players know what's good offensively, and that's kind of what they'll gravitate towards. So I expect to see the Xerneas, the Kyogre, not so much the mons that beat those, such as your Dustmains and your Yveltals. So I think players will gravitate more towards strong offensive cores, as opposed to knowing what really works defensively this early.
And there are a lot of options, like as you mentioned, the legendaries. You have the Xerneas with the potentially very powerful setup with Geomancy, the Dustmain Necrozma, to a certain extent maybe the Dawnwings.
No Dawnwings here. Lunala, yes. Dawnwings, no.
I'm just putting it out there. And there's of course the weather war between Kyogre and Groudon.
No, there's no weather war. There is a weather. Occasionally passing sun, you know. Just like we have passing showers in Singapore the last few days, we're getting some passing sun. Otherwise it's rain and more rain. Players actually already into team preview here in round 1. The players we are featuring will be Daniel Yao. Well, he is Singaporean.
Versus Edison Tam.
And Daniel will be playing the team of Dustmain Necrozma, Among Us, Kyogre, not Primal, not yet at least, Incineroar, Drifblim and the Tapu Lele.
And Edison will be running Katana, Incineroar, Dustmain Necrozma, Hydreigon, Xerneas and the Tapu Fini.
Well, Hydreigon in a Xerneas format. Good luck, Edison. You might need it. So your opponent here isn't playing the Xerneas but has a Tapu Lele.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't seem that bad an option, honestly. I mean, you think that with all the with the Xerneas running around, the Hydreigon would be a bad pick, but Danny doesn't have
does have Lele,
Xerneas,
but
yes.
Tapu Lele does get outsped by the Hydreigon.
And there are actually decent options for Hydreigon to hit as well. The Dark typing going to come in handy against the Dustmain, and should do decently well against Drifblim as well.
Yes, and the other notable thing about Hydreigon is that it does appreciate being able to throw dragon attacks around, and you do predict less Tapu Fini to spread Misty Terrain in the new season.
But he has to be a bit worried because he does have Misty Terrain on his side of the field.
Yes.
So has to be a bit cautious and mindful of the terrain as we are going into the first battle here.
Well, Daniel might just go for the Tapu Lele Drifblim since he is playing it.
That seems a very obvious lead.
And it is going to be the Tapu Lele Drifblim for Daniel here. So somewhat autopilot lead for Daniel up against Edison's Incineroar and the Katana. So immediately we see a very strong offensive options for Edison here, with the Lele just shut down by both of these mons on Edison's side.
I don't
know. A bit of a delay here before the abilities kick in.
I actually prefer Danny's situation more though, because the Psychic Terrain does stop the fake out, and and Drifblim will be able to sort of threaten the Katana. Katana does have notoriously low special defense.
We do expect it to be focus sash though.
Yeah, I mean,
and there is the potential of the Scarf on Edison, and if the Katana is carrying the Scarf, it might actually just outspeed the Drifblim outright, even after the Unburden.
Okay,
which would be a nasty surprise for Daniel if he leaves his Lele open. He really shouldn't be leaving his Lele open though, since you do expect Katana to be sashed and will take a hit from the Drifblim. So your Lele just isn't safe in this position. He wanted it for terrain obviously to trigger the Psychic Seed and Unburden, but at this point it does seem like a good option to get it out of the field.
If he has Incineroar at the back, I think it will be a pretty good switch in.
No switch here, but he does protect itself.
Yes.
So leaving itself on the field still. Is he going for the Tailwind? He does go for the Tailwind to at least let Lele outspeed Katana immediately, as Katana goes for the Tailwind of its own. So a dead turn for Daniel mostly, as Incineroar goes for the knockoff into the Tapu Lele.
Yeah, no reason to knock out the Drifblim having already consumed
its damage, and it is super effective. It's probably still a 2-hit knockout on Drifblim.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Drifblim is the less threatening option.
For sure. But Katana does have to be worried about the Shadow Balls that Drifblim
But now
can
Katana can attack freely into the Tapu Lele.
Yes, that's for sure. Danny has a very good switching with the Incineroar if he has it. So I fully expect him to do that. And
Does Edison try to catch that though?
yeah, and
With a Sacred Sword potentially.
or he could probably switch out his katana as well, but no switches.
Dribble into the Katana. Katana will take that. Doesn't even bring it to Sash. She just goes for the Leaf Blade into the Tabu Lele. And it does hang on here as Lele goes for its Moonblast. A double into Katana. No, into the Incineroar. So Incineroar going to show us that he's carrying the Assault Vest as the Tabu Lele reveals its own Life Orb. And will go down. Well, we're going to see the Life Orb again here with the knockoff. As Incineroar, pretty safe to say that it is holding the Assault Vest. Though it could be a really bulky, especially defensive Incineroar. But that was a Life Orb Moonblast, so I suspect that is the Assault Vest. As then he brings in what is most likely a Scarf Kyogre.
Yeah, the speed overkill is quite strong. Perhaps he should save Katana, or Katana can't outspeed the Scarf Kyogre.
No. He needs his own Tailwind, but Tailwind has been matched on
Yes.
both sides. So Kyogre with pretty easy Water Spout here. With Drifblim just doing whatever it can to chip in. As long as it doesn't press Sunny Day by accident.
I mean, who will run Sunny Day on a Drifblim when he's running Kyogre?
Sometimes you just want to beat other Kyogres. And there are situations where you lead Lele Blim into opposing Kyogre and you don't want to bring your Kyogre in quite yet. Because when whenever your Kyogre comes in, it's going to set its own rain anyway.
Shadow Ball into the Katana's Protect here.
Kyogre got a Water Spout here. Are we going to see the Partial Berry on the Incineroar? No Partial Berry. If Assault Vest, it can't take that hit. Incineroar will go down. So Edison sacking the Incineroar to bring in the Xerneas maybe. Or even the Feeny, which is in a good position, especially since the Kyogre is now locked into Water Spout. So it's a very good position for even the... he brings in the Xerneas, which is interesting. Because he is going to be having to eat a Water Spout and a likely hit from the Drifblim as well.
Yes, without boosting its special defense first. So do you think he can actually take the hit and survive?
He can take the hit. It's Scarf Kyogre, so it's not quite Primal Kyogre's Water Spout, which which Timid Kyogre Water Spout used to do around 60 to 70 to Timid Xerneas. So given this is a regular, it goes for the double ups. There's no reason to attack the Katana when Water Spout will pick up the KO there. As he does go for Water Spout here. I expect Xerneas to hang on and get the Geomancy, but that's not a nice position to be in, even after Geomancy.
Yeah, I highly doubt +2 Dazzling Gleam will be able to pick up KOs here. And having lost the Katana, with Danny still having Dribbling means Danny can set up Tailwind for future turns.
No, Xerneas should be able to pick, but Dazzling Gleam will pick up the Drifblim if he wants to just get rid of
even
Tailwind.
with the Psychic Seed special defense boost?
Yeah, even with that, because now both of them are doubled and the Tailwind's about to run out here. Yep, Tailwind runs out here, so effectively both of these mons have +2. Drifblim's base speed is 60? Xerneas is 99, so...
Okay, Hydreigon was the last Pokemon here for Edison. I mean,
a decent position, I would say.
Would you Dazzling Gleam or would you double down on the Kyogre?
Because the thing here about Dazzling Gleam is that you do catch the Kyogre and leave it locked into Water Spout. Though the thing is though, Drifblim's also at full HP. It does go for Dazzling Gleam. I don't think he's gonna get either KO. Yeah, as Drifblim goes for the Haze here, revealing its common choice of Drifblim in this format. Getting rid of the Geomancy, its Water Spout will pick up the Xerneas and leave it to be Hydreigon against the world. I feel Edison left the Xerneas too late.
Yeah, Kyogre came in a very good situation to pick up KOs on both Katana and Incineroar.
And Edison could have just protected and Tailwinded there. Oh, but he realized that the Haze was coming.
Yeah.
So he just wanted damage off before he lost his boost. Fair enough.
Now he does have a turn where he has a speed advantage, so can pick off the Kyogre. And
does he want? At this point, you ignore the Kyogre though. It's locked the Water Spout.
No.
You can switch out and lock yourself to Ice Beam. I think that's what Daniel should go for that, since he does outspeed the Hydreigon once Tailwind runs out.
Yes.
But he stays in, and now he's going to be locked into the Water Spout.
But the Dark Pulse goes into the Drifblim, not the Kyogre.
That's fine. The Kyogre is down to half, and Hydreigon does resist Water Spout, though it is single target here. But now the question is, what does Daniel have as last? Dust Main probably.
Ooh, it's not
which
gonna
is
enjoy taking.
weak to Dark.
Yeah, it's not gonna enjoy taking a Dark Pulse.
So here the question, of course, is does Dustbin protect? In which case, Hydreigon can stall it out with his own protect.
Or just go for the KO on Kyogre.
But at this point, Kyogre might just do it KO with Water Spout.
Yes, that seems likely. But I feel Edison has to sort of go for the...
He has to call the protect.
Yes.
Because protect, he needs to kill Kyogre turn. If not, he can... Actually, he has to KO Kyogre regardless.
But Dustmin will pick up the KO on Hydreigon, right? With Sunseal Strike?
Yeah, so Daniel should not be protecting his Dustmane here. And Hydreigon goes for the protect, hoping to catch Daniel going for the protect on the Dustmane. In which case, he should be going for Kyogre though.
No, no protects.
He's stalling out his own Tailwind.
Yes, and we do see the Sunseal Strike come out. So a bit of a wasted opportunity there.
Oh, he's stalling out the Rain. Okay, that's interesting here. So he does, now he can get a KO with Dark Pulse onto the Dustmane. But Dustmane can of course protect.
Yes.
And I think Tailwind's about to run out as well.
Precarious position here for Danny and Edison.
Daniel's in pretty good position. I think you just
Yes.
attack.
Yes.
Just keep attacking. Either of your attacks should connect.
He has no choice with the Kyogre, yeah, but he can play a bit with the Dustmane if he wants to choose.
That's also a way to lose though. If he plays overly defensively, he does go for the protect here. What does Edison go for? He goes for a Kyogre. That turns the game. As Dark Pulse comes out, does go into the protect here. So Daniel does make the safe. Well, I think Edison should not have gone for that. As we see, Water Sport actually it's probably a 2-hit kill anyway. Oh, but a berry. Okay. Maybe that's why Edison's playing so aggressively.
He does lose his Tailwind
But
though.
Water Sport is still not the main threat here. And now he Dark Pulses safely into Dustmane.
Speed tier wise, does
Dustmane is slower. Dustmane loses, Necrozma loses speed. Rather, Dustmane, the Necrozma forms are slower than their base forms. Are slower than the mons they are based on.
So now the question is, will Dark Pulse be able to pick up a straight
Yeah,
KO
especially
from
since it's
full?
not boosted. Doesn't have an item boost behind it. Can flinch though. And we're about to find out here. Here comes Dark Pulse from Hydreigon into the Dustmane Necrozma. It's not gonna KO. Can he flinch though?
We'll see the weakness policy proc as well.
So you weakness policy onto the Dustmane as does not flinch here. Stun Strike comes out and we'll get the KO. So yeah, kind of a wasted opportunity. Though as we see that he doesn't get the 1-hit knockout, so he still had to get the flinch distance no matter what.
Yes, especially with the weakness policy proccing, no way he survives an attack. So Danny will pick up the first game, and Edison will have to adjust. Perhaps he should bring the Xerneas to set up quicker. Do you think that would be a better strategy?
Especially if his opponent's going to bring... The problem, of course, is that I think he's a bit worried about Lele's potential damage output because it is also boosted by the Fairy Aura.
Not only that, he has to get rid of the Drift Blame as well because the haze could just wipe away all his stat boosts. So...
I don't think the haze is as big of an issue. I think a Moonblast might just take it off with a bit of chip. But the problem is that he couldn't afford to go for the Moonblast because he had to chip the Water Spouting Kyogre with the Dazzling Gleam. So he couldn't afford to Moonblast either target.
Oof. Yeah, but Hydreigon actually coming in quite clutch though.
So Edison kind of trapping himself and giving the Scarf Kyogre a free turn to come in. So he has to remedy that by not at least keeping his Katana Sash intact primarily. And of course, perhaps not bringing Incineroar. Or keeping Incineroar at the back to get the fake out. The Incineroar lead, a bit questionable, especially since your opponent does have Drifblim Lele, neither of which can be faked out.
Yeah, and we did see, even though he did pick up the early kill on the Lele, that just means Danny can bring in a Kyogre to just sweep his entire team off the field.
Fini, of course. Fini actually not looking like a bad option, honestly. It does get walled by Among Us, but Daniel didn't bring Among Us last game. Fini does wall the Kyogre if he locks himself into Spout, and can pretty much fight Dustmane one-on-one.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Fini or the Tapus in general fare against legendary base stats and things like that. Because what you said is true, but I want to see how much Dustmane Photon Gazer, for example, does to a Fini. Like, is it a 2-hit KO without a berry? That sort of thing.
But he's gonna stick with the Incineroar Katana.
I don't really agree with the Incineroar.
As the Dustmane. No, that's not Dustmane. That is gonna be the Lele Blim here.
Maybe
he needs the Incineroar. He needs to preserve the Incineroar for the Dustmane this game.
Yes, and leaving
Katana open to 2 is always also dangerous as well.
Yes, Katana is useful, but he gets chipped down so quickly in the early game. Looking back in the first game, and that quickly stifled any sort of offensive that Edison could come up with, and basically put Danny in the driver's seat.
He has no option to outspeed the Scarf Kyogre on this team. He has options to wall it, sure, but he let them take too many hits and left them too weakened to handle the stuff at the back.
Honestly, I think he should focus on the Drift Blame and try to set up Xerneas up at the same time. If he can do that, that means even though Kyogre comes in with
no
a
switches,
Water Spout,
no protects here. So actually, Edison could catch the Lele here, but he's going for the Tailwind, the safer play here. So Lele going to go for the attack.
Yep. with the
or
life
even
orb.
the taunt, or it's going to be the Moonblast Life Orb boosted into the Incineroar.
Incineroar.
We saw that do about 35%, 40 around this game. As Incineroar goes for the knockoff into the Tapu Lele, into the Drift Blim, just going for damage, recognizing that he needs the Drift Blim off the field. And this turn, he can actually just detect and get rid of the Drift Blim. See, Drift Blim doesn't normally carry Protect.
Yes.
And he sets us a position where if the Kauka does come in for free, he is in a slightly better position.
Yes, because Katana will be able to at least damage the Kyogre with a super effective Leaf Blade. Sure, it might go down to a follow-up attack from Lele, but at least it's not so threatening. And
Katana goes for Protect, not Detect Edison. Okay, I suppose a TM is always easier than going to the move Relearner apparently.
Shadow Ball into the Katana's Protect.
As Moonblast into the Incineroar. More damage, revealing whether it is the Barrier or the Assault Vest. And it is... it is the Assault Vest. As Incineroar goes for the knockoff to finish off the Drift Blim. So no haste for Daniel this game. And it does look like a prime position for Kyogre to come in.
Yes.
But it leaves itself open to Katana. And it is Scarf, so it can't protect. So do you want Dustmane here instead?
Either way, I think Edison has opened.
Yeah, he does recognize that it's not time for Kyogre to come in, not in front of a full health Katana. Brings in the Dustmane, the Crossma.
Okay, this should this should change Edison's plan slightly.
Katana should come out now.
Yeah, because if he had brought Kyogre instead, then Edison will be able to bring in Xerneas and set up. But with the Sunsteel Strike super effective hit on the Xerneas, I think Edison might be tempted to bring whatever is back and whatever he brought alongside his Xerneas.
There's of course a chance that Edison didn't even bring the Xerneas this game, considering how badly it fared last game.
Wow.
Since he might have recognized that in order to set up in this particular matchup, he has to take a Water Spout, or a Moonblast, or a Sunsteel Strike, and he can't take a combination of attacks at all.
Katana will leave Blade here into the Dustmane Protect. Bit of a wasted opportunity, and Moonblast will finish off the Incineroar.
Yep.
We'll pick up the KO.
So actually a turn for something else to come in. Hydreigon would do fairly okay, or against the Lele, well it depends on whether you carry Sludge Bomb. Wait, do you learn Sludge Bomb?
Yes, you do.
Yeah, you do.
Because I do recall one of our friends, Alan, was
that
using
was Gunk Shot.
Poisonium. Oh, right. So
yeah, actually no, you don't learn Sludge Bomb. Your best attack against Lele is Hyper Beam, as I recall.
Well, he did bring his Dustmane, his own Dustmane here. So
Dustmane a good position.
Yeah.
Katana locking down the Lele and Dustmane versus Dustmane, well...
They don't really have super effective hits against each other, that's the thing. Steel versus Steel, Psychic versus Psychic, both resist. But at least Katana will be able to pick up a Beast Boost, so there is something.
Yeah, Leaf Blade into that slot is a KO on whatever comes in, even if unless Lele protects. He does go for Leaf Blade into the Tapu Lele. Does he pick up the KO? Does pick it up here. Gets the Beast Boost. Sash still intact. And Katana and Kyogre forced to come in front of a. So the Dustmane has to go for the damage onto the. Oh, it does misses the Rock Slide, and Sunsteel Strike will get a hit on the Dustmane. But importantly, Katana's Sash is still intact.
Yes.
And that's gonna be game, I suspect. Especially if it's Hydreigon at the back. Ooh, that's pitiful.
But I mean, that's all you have against a Dust. Yeah, so it's these kind of interesting situations. Dustmane versus Dustmane. They just trade hits until one goes down.
Yeah, or you try to flinch the other, apparently, which Danny tried to do.
Yeah. I think Danny was.
I think that was a bad play. I think no matter what, he had to break the Katana Sash. He shouldn't have gone for a 90% move. Because now Kyogre is sitting duck. He can't protect, so he has to attack here. Katana will stay intact and will KO it back. So that was a misplay from Danny. He should not have gone for an attack that could miss.
Yeah, Rock Slide.
It's tempting, sure, to flinch the opposing Dustmane if you're faster and you get spread damage, but the chance to miss when you need the Sash broken, no matter what, that was a really poor decision from Daniel.
It's not like he only had Rock Slide. He does have 100% accuracy moves. So
that was a poor decision.
His hand wasn't forced in any way. It was just it
was just greedy, pure greed. Get the spread damage and a potential flinch, but you got a miss instead. Yeah. Not just a miss on one, a miss on both, but the miss on the most important one, the Katana.
Yeah. I guess Edison could go for a Tailwind here as well. No, choosing to opt for Protect here.
So we're going to see what the Kyogre locks itself into. Kyogre actually locks itself into Skull, into the Dustmane.
Okay.
Decent damage.
Oh,
doesn't get a burn.
Doesn't
get a burn. Does go for a trick. Oh, but Edison calls it and reverses the Trick Room.
Are you sure? Are you? Ooh! It did happen. But this means that Kyogre is still.
I'm not sure why Edison protected the Katana.
Expecting perhaps a Scout or Water Spout into the Katana. Wanted to preserve the Sash. I feel.
But just go for the KO.
Hmm.
Unless you're that worried about a burn, I suppose. Yes, that's what he's worried about. But I think he still KOs with +1.
Yeah.
It's Katana. It's got an absolutely ridiculous attack stat.
Well, we'll see if the calculations come true and Kyogre will die in a single hit. You know, one blade, one mind.
I'm a bit confused as to who wants Trick Room here. Unless Edison doesn't have Sash on Katana, in which case I think he takes it anyway. Thanks to his resistance.
You need to know that Edison does have Tailwind up. So in I think the first or second turn.
No, Tailwind has gone down for both players.
Oh, right.
Kyogre goes for score into Katana. He needs a burn here to stand a chance.
And we do see the Sash.
The focus Sash here. He needs a burn. Does get it.
Burn.
Does Leaf Blade KO though? As Leaf Blade comes out into the Kyogre with the +1 from Beast Boost, it's gonna be enough, Kyogre. What do you think you are?
I was listening for the critical hit sound as well. It didn't come out. So Katana will get another Beast Boost, although it's not gonna live long to
Let's get the double up here, but well, we saw the fist pump from Daniel. Clay doesn't know his calculations. Thought Kyogre could really survive a burnt Katana at +1. Think again, Danny.
Oh, he
that's
does get a critical hit.
But at on a 1 HP Katana.
Totally matters, Matthew. Totally matters.
So Edison was kind of bluffing there, going for the protect on that turn. Almost like indicating he didn't have the Sash on Katana, but he did have the Sash and did survive the skull in the rain.
Yeah, he had straightforward plays, but didn't really use them and sort of fumbled his way in the past few turns. But I think everything is okay, pretty okay now.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Dark Pulse has to KO here.
Yeah, Hydreigon will trigger the
weakness
policy, but
but Rockstar is not gonna get a double KO here.
Yeah, and Edison does have his own Dustmane to follow up with a Sunsteel Strike or a Photon Geyser.
And we know, and because we've seen the weakness policy, we know it's not the berry. So Daniel's Dustmane should go down to a combination of attacks. Or he could flinch, and yeah, I think he recognizes that he's not gonna survive. He doesn't want to. I suppose at this point we do know how much damage the Dark Pulse does, so he just forfeits to bring us to a game 3. And as he pointed out, Edison kind of fumbled his way there, but he gets there in the end. But really, Daniel should have had that game. If he had broken the Katana Sash, that game was over. Because Kyogre just comes in and spouts for the win.
Yes. We did see just sorry, excuse me, Scout in Rain dealt so much damage to Katana because
Yes, Katana.
Katana's special defense is abysmally low. If the Sash wasn't there to protect it. I think you and I were discussing before the start of the meta as well, before the start of this tournament, how Sash is really important.
It's the most important item, I feel, in this particular meta game. And it bears out here. Without the Sash, Edison would have lost. And if Daniel had broken that Sash, Daniel would have won. And he had the opportunity, and he just blew it. Yeah. He absolutely blew it.
And Edison sort of faked me out, you know, by going for the dribbling in game 2. It sort of told me that, okay, I'm going to get rid of the dribbling so that my Xerneas can come in and set up. Then, when you look at his full team, haha, I didn't bring Xerneas.
No, I think he recognized that he needed to get rid of anything that was faster than Katana. Because he recognized that Katana was the most important mon, which it did turn out to be. And he wanted to force the Kyogre out. But Daniel was smart enough to bring the Dustmane in, but apparently wasn't smart enough to just break the Sash. Break the Sash. It's a Katana.
Well, we'll see if Danny learns from his mistakes as we go into the final round.
I feel sure that Danny has to lead Dribbling, because he can't afford to let Tailwind go up for his opponent's side without matching it. But Edison actually has some leeway, I feel.
The thing about this sort of matchup is that because Katana's special defense is so low, Dribbling can actually pose a very significant threat to the Katana, which is the main Tailwind user.
Yep.
But we do see a switch up, no Katana here, instead straight for the Dustmane here.
Dustmane is weak to Ghost though, so he has to be wary.
I think he can take a hit.
Can take a hit, but double up might be dangerous.
Yeah.
So if think here is Danny should. I feel that Danny has to go for Tailwind.
Yes, but does the Lele protect here?
Yeah.
Because if he doesn't, it's open to a Sunsteel Strike from the Dustmane.
So you also wonder if Daniel just goes for the Dustmane, whether it is enough on its own.
Interestingly, Dustmane, we did see Trick Room in game 2, so Edison could be going for a Trick Moon mode here, recognizing that Danny's mons are just way too fast. He does have Scarf Kyogre at the back, he can match Tailwinds, so why not just make sure that the slower you are, the better you are.
It's a bit of a risk though. And he also, I think he also recognizes that his Necrozma might actually be slower than Danny's. Because he did get outspeed previously, but he does go for the double up immediately. So recognizing that Edison might be going for the Trick Room, not wanting to go give him the, ooh, that's a lot of bulk. And also the weakness policy from the Dustmane.
Ooh, what is it with? I mean, is this
it's a standard
on Showdown? Alright. You see the taunt come out, so anticipating the Trick Room here. I mean, Edison should have gone for it, and this should be a wasted turn
Just
here.
to knock
for
off
Edison.
into the Tapu Lele. As yeah, we do see a trick room for Necrozma here.
Ooh. So now Danny's dribbling.
But now Necrozma
free.
can protect and let Incineroar
No, he
finish
can't
off
protect.
whatever.
He's taunted.
Oh, he is taunted. You're right.
But I mean, it does have a +2, very threatening here.
So actually, I feel that Edison kind of misplayed by going for the Lele.
Should
If
have
you'd gone for the Drifblim and get a guaranteed KO this turn, that means Katana can come in for free. And if Drifblim doesn't go, and Drifblim attacks both turns, which means no Tailwind, then Edison gets Tailwind on his side.
I think he can still do that because Drifblim still has Drifblim can't protect. Goes for the haze, so no Tailwind. Getting rid of the attack boost on.
I don't think the boost matter at this point. He could have gotten the KO.
You see a Moonblast into the Incineroar? I'm not too sure.
I'm very confused. Photon Geyser in the Psychic Terrain into the Drifblim. Is that a KO? Oh yeah, it is. Oh no, it hangs on. As Incineroar goes for the Flare Blitz, we'll finish off the Tapu Lele. Does he really want to finish off the Tapu Lele though?
I felt that he felt that
that was a bit of a wasted haze,
Photon Geyser.
I think he could have gotten the KO with a double up onto Necrozma.
Regardless, now he can do that, right? If he brings in his Kyogre. Just Water Spout and Shadow Ball.
But if he does go for that, then yeah, actually he's still in a pretty decent position. Not getting the KO on Drifblim really hurt Edison there.
Yes, for sure. Ooh, yeah, so things, although Edison did pick up a KO, left the Drifblim at very critical HP, things is not looking too good for him. And depending on the last two Pokemon at the back.
Katana and Hydreigon again. Hydreigon would fare well, but Katana is going to struggle with being outsped by both.
Yes.
So something needs to be sacked here and let Hydreigon come in.
I think both will be sacked. I mean, maybe you sack the Incineroar. Incineroar doesn't do anything here.
You actually have to sack them both because you don't want anything at the back to take damage. Especially not the Katana. And since your Necrozma is taunted, you can't protect anyway.
Oh yeah. Shadow Ball will go into Dustmane here, doing another decent 30% or so. And Water Spout should pick up KO on both the Pokemon here.
So it's down to the last two. It's going to be Katana and the Hydreigon most likely. So the obvious play for Edison is to protect with Katana and
attack with
Hydreigon.
And you pick off the Drifblim because I don't think the Dark Pulse will
problem is
kill
that there's a free Tailwind for the Drifblim most likely.
Yeah. And yeah, likely Danny has his own Dustmane at the back.
So at this point, he might be forced to go for double detect on the Katana. Double protect rather. Because no matter what, this turn the Drifblim is going to Tailwind. So either he matches the Tailwind with his Hydreigon, or he attacks it, in which case the Tailwind goes up and he doesn't have his own Tailwind.
But okay, but the thing is, if Danny's Drifblim goes for Tailwind, it means he's not attacking. So Katana should be
that's the risk he has to take. So does he call the double in onto Katana, or does he call the Tailwind from Drifblim? If he calls the double in, he needs to detect the Katana. He does. But Drifblim Tailwinds here, I think he loses.
Yeah, going for a very defensive option here. And
Drifblim goes for the Shadow Ball, so he does get the trade. Does he Tailwind here? He needs to Tailwind here. Water Spout into the Hydreigon, still at full HP, still a spread damage attack, about 25%. Does he go for Tailwind? Ooh, that's a 50%. Yeah, sorry, this Hydreigon does go for the Tailwind, and he's in a much better position this game.
Yeah, Dark Pulse to pick off the Drifblim, Leaf Blade
to pick up the Kyogre. Yes.
And importantly, Katana still has his Sash intact.
Yes.
I mean, based on our observation in the last meta, I felt that Katana has always been the comeback Pokemon. You know, the Pokemon that can just reverse your fortunes. And it seems that Edison is playing to Katana strengths here. As
he needs to stall out the Tailwind here.
Ooh, brings out Incineroar. Okay, so gonna take the Leaf Blade quite comfortably.
Yeah, actually, this is a much better position now he brought Incineroar. That's actually a genius switch out from Danny to leave the Dustmane at home. As Leaf Blade comes out into the Incineroar, no critical hit, but Dark Pulse will finish off the Drifblim. But this only one turn of Tailwind stalled out though.
And Drifblim does not have the option to counter the Tailwind as well. And Kyogre cannot protect. Psychic Terrain does dissipate, which means Incineroar can fake out.
-1 Leaf Blade was still gonna KO the Kyogre.
Yeah, but Incineroar now can fake out the Katana, which means Katana probably has to protect.
And I think you protect with both.
Oh, that's
if you can.
Yeah.
Hydreigon might not have protect because we've seen the Tailwind. If he has protect on both, he has protect on both because he still has one more turn of Tailwind. And you know Kyogre can't do anything since it's still scarfed and will have to take a hit on the third turn of Tailwind.
Yes.
So, but if Hydreigon doesn't have protect, this could get a bit iffy. Katana does have protect here. Does Hydreigon match it as well? as Hydreigon goes for the protect here, stalling out the fake out turn. And we're going to see Kyogre lock itself into most likely the Ice Beam.
Fake out into the Katana.
And the Ice
Wishful
Beam.
thinking.
As from the Kyogre, yep. So now a Leaf Blade and most likely a Draco Meteor.
I think a Dark Pulse into the Kyogre should.
No, he's going to Leaf Blade into Katana. You just Leaf Blade the Kyogre. I suppose you double. Yeah,
I think you double just to be safe.
And you might get a flinch as well. Yeah.
Because you know for sure the Kyogre can't protect. You're not too sure about the Incineroar, but you're pretty okay because in the rain I think Katana can take a Flare Blitz as well. And yeah, Incineroar doesn't offer too much of a threat. Just double down on the legendary here.
Yeah, the danger of course for Edison is activating a potential barrier on the Incineroar.
You'll see a Sacred Sword come out. So not targeting the Kyogre
and activating a berry. That is
very strange. Unless he's confident he's Draco, he's going for the Incineroar.
That's not gonna KO.
Why is he going for the Incineroar? Why is he not going for the Kyogre?
That's a loss. What in the world was that?
And now Incineroar is just gonna break the sash with a Flare Blitz.
What in the world was that?
I have no idea.
And Tailwind runs out as well. So it doesn't even matter if Incineroar knocks itself out with the recoil.
The only logical thing is that Edison somehow thought Kyogre is going to go for Protect. That was the only logic I can think of.
You're right, but why?
Why indeed? As Danny will pick up the win and move on to game 2, 1 up, 1-0.
Yeah, he wins the round. But
well,
why?
I don't know, Matthew.
The game was over.
Definitely. Had one turn of Tailwind.
And he had Earth Power, so that game was definitely over. He had a way to guarantee get a 2-hit knockout on Incineroar with the Hydreigon. So why?
Good question. I wish I could ask him on stream. But no.
Edison had played perfectly. He managed to get the turn he needed, the Protect and the Tailwind from the Hydreigon, and his opponent going for the double up, predicting that the Katana would leave itself open, hoping that the Drifblim would Tailwind. So he got that turn. So from there, it was just a matter of execution. The Incineroar was definitely a wrench in his plans, though arguably actually better because Hydreigon can definitely beat Incineroar one-on-one, whereas Hydreigon might have a bit of trouble if does main one-on-one because of the weakness policy.
Yeah, and the fact that we saw the damage couldn't KO,
And the Intimidate didn't matter because Katana's just gonna rip through the Kyogre anyway. We saw that in game 2 when the burn Katana still ripped through the Kyogre.
Oh, that was at +1.
Yeah, +1 burn, and this is -1 without burn, so it's
about the same.
+1, 1.5, 0.75
so
burn.
if you're a bit unsure about the damage your Katana being KO, so you just
double up into the Kyogre. Kyogre can't protect, but he thought Kyogre could protect. But he'd been playing the game up to that point, recognizing that the Kyogre was Scarf. So what on earth was that? He had all the tools to win, he had the game plan to win, and all of a sudden he just mis-executed.
Yeah,
and it wasn't a misclick or time or anything, he specifically doubled into the Incineroar, which wouldn't have KO'd because of the berry.
Either that, okay, maybe he thought that Danny had one more Pokemon at the back and the Kyogre was going to switch or something like that. I don't know, man. I don't know.
I don't know either. Who knows? Only Edison knows. That was one of the most spectacular game
facepalms
throwaways I've seen for a while.
Well, new meta, new ways to throw.
Well, it's like Rhino's not here, but people still find ways to honor his legacy of throwing games away.
I mean, there was Psychic Terrain, there was Incineroar Fake Out possibility there.
And he recognized that. He protected. And on that turn, he played perfectly. And what?
No
and
idea.
Why? And how? Oh my goodness. Oh well. Well, I can ask him myself right now as we move to interview with Daniel. Stay tuned.
And we're back with Danny Yao, the winner of game 1, or round 1 rather, as you saw and witnessed earlier. So first of all, congratulations, and
Thank you very
I'd like to
much.
ask, how did you come up with this team?
I originally was my first idea when I heard about VGC 2019 is does main across Mars. That's gotta
Okay.
be a thing.
Okay.
But from there, I talked to a couple of friends for a bit, and we actually decided on a team of 6 Pokemon. Dribbling was kind of an oddball,
Yeah, I mean,
odd balloon, if you say
yeah,
so.
I want to
Yeah.
talk a bit more about the dribbling lily because there's a combination that was used in 2018 for a bit. So was there any reason why you decided to bring that back here in 19?
I was looking through the unbuttoned stuff, and I noticed that there is a Pokemon that one can neutralize Xerneas, 2 can set up Tailwind,
Okay.
and 3 has the ability unbutton.
Okay.
So I actually decided to go with that. I mean, sure, it is pretty frail, but its unbutton ability pretty much makes it a guaranteed Pokemon that I will have to use.
Okay. So and then Kyogre as well. Do you was there any preference for Kyogre or?
Not really, it's just a typical Tyrogga.
Okay.
Like from VGC 2000, was it 16?
Yeah, the one with the legendaries.
Yes.
Primals.
I was whacked so hard by a Scarf Kyogre from a Taiwanese player, and looking through, I'm definitely sure that Kyogre would be one of the most used Pokemon for the early VGC 2019
Yeah.
Sun.
I mean, for good reason. Does have a lot of power behind his spread attacks as well. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay then. Well, once again, congratulations and all the best for your tournament run.
Thank you.
And stay tuned as we will bring you round 2 after the break.